But next video that we got up is another video about academics. I don't know if this goes hand in hand. It was posted 8 hours ago. Before this, he didn't post anything else, so maybe this goes hand in hand with the Tyler situation, maybe not. I don't know. But let's see how academics throws disgusting allegations on a girl streamer. Ooh, wrong video. Let's see how academics haters almost destroyed his credibility.
Now I have my platform benefit, yeah, of course. But again, like, we don't do pay for play. Like, you can't buy my opinion. I've always said the moment you can buy my opinion, I don't matter. The moment you could buy my opinion, I don't matter. Y'all seen Lil Baby was one of my favorite artists. He was my top 3 artists. This man his album, and I just had to do it. I went on a whole campaign against it. I didn't want.
That's Drake. That's Kendrick. I have no idea who that is. I don't know.
To do that, but that's integrity.
What's poppin', y'all? One topic that has sprouted out of this situation that all started with Kai Cenat, of all people, breaking up with his girlfriend is academics' credibility and whether or not he was getting paid to give certain opinions in regards to Lil Baby. Now, the reason that this all came up is because Lil Baby's assistant, this guy K Rich, came on the internet on a stream with Cuffham saying that he slapped academics. So I'm gonna play that clip for you guys right now.
Him and Talil got into it on the stream, like, boom. That's the time I was supposed to come with him to see academics. Cause he, you feel me? Mm-hmm. Cool. So I get to go. Mm-hmm. We went out. He was in the club. I parked in the front, parked in the front. He leaving, when he walking out the club game, I see him. But I didn't see my man in the driver's side. I seen him like academic. I said, where? Like right there. So I looked. So I did. Hop out the whip. I pushed him on the man's politely, like, yo, let me have that act, because he's in the front seat. Like, let me have that act real quick, did that. They look at me like stupid, like, bro, I ain't trying to talk to him real quick. They like, it's up to him. So I just moved, push one the other way.
You try to chop it up with him like on some normal? Or you try to like tell him about like the shit he been doing?
Feel me? So
that's interesting, cause like the way that right there is the first time he mentions how everything went down. So from what it seems like, he showed up with somebody else. All right, let me set the stage. The Brand West event, they're all there. Cool. He said that he pulls up to the event, parks in the front, and he sees academics get into the car. But he's with his mans. But Ty Lil's inside. But why would Ty Lil be parking up if, you know what I'm saying? Why would he be parking up if he's already there? And how if he walked straight up to the car from the car he was in, how could he have met Ty Lil to push him through the line? And then he said he talked to somebody at the window and they let him through. So that's the only thing that I question, because everybody's like mixing shit up and there's details that are not being lined up correctly. Because he acts talking about Ty Lil said this to get him through. He's saying he talked to somebody directly himself, and he showed up with somebody else, or at least one of his mans. I don't know. It just seems like there's a lot of. It just seems like there's a lot of opinions in there. What?
They didn't want to let me get past him, so I said I just moved the other way, walked to the front. I said, yo, bro, the shit you be saying on the internet, like, that shit be crazy. Like, you be violating, bro. Like, nah, bro, what's his name? Cool, da-da-da.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, he be violating. Security is a driver. So he already green already. Once the security guard to the driver game, you assed out. He ain't gonna do shit.
You gotta move tack.
He can't. How are you moving tack and your security guard to the driver? That's not tack.
I mean, shit.
One guard.
Ain't nothing happened to him.
Huh? So boom.
Ain't nothing happened to
As
him.
he said something, bro, I swear to God, right-handed God. I smacked the shit out of him. I smacked the shit out of him. Right-handed God, bro. I smacked the shit out of him.
You smacked academics.
Yes, and then listen. After I smacked him, listen.
Yo, Lil Baby, eat a.
I'm not even gonna address Lil Baby. You eat a
Yeah.
because I don't know this, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm getting that Lil Baby, because I've been waiting for this. I can't take it out on a I don't know. I'm up tens of millions of dollars. I'm taking it out on this boss. Yo, Lil Baby, if this is what you believe or he believe, both y'all eat a. Whatever y'all think, that's what it is. Both y'all eat a. And they smack me when. I'm gonna tell my story, but.
So, another thing. He denies that he got slapped in the first place. So why is Zach mad? Why is Academic upset? Because Tylil let him get up to the window? But on his side, Tylil didn't even help him. But on Tylil's side, he didn't say shit about it. That's what I'm saying. Everything's too far, too broad and too separate to understand what everything really is.
I just want his story to go up first, okay? I'm not going to address him too much.
Academics held back on speaking on this incident since March of 2025. That's when this happened, March 17th or so. But as you saw in the opening clip, Academics was saying that he would never take pay for anything. And one of the people, and one of many people that aren't fans of Academics, they would go on social media, mainly X, and start saying, yo, this guy said he would never get paid. And he says, a man who just said he was paid $30K not to slander Lil Baby's album. He can't keep up with all the lies. So to be completely fair here, we have to go to where Academics admitted to getting paid in the first place. And we have to give some important context. So before Wham! The album came out, Academics had no personal, well, he did have a personal issue with Lil Baby and a personal gripe with Lil Baby in a similar vein to the personal gripe that he had with Nav. So when Academics has a personal issue with people, he will trash the music no matter what. That's just what he does. And he did that for Nav a lot, as opposed to someone that was a natural born hater of Nav, at least for the early parts of his career. Me, my hand is raised. Academics went in on Nav on anything he dropped. And even when he was beefing with Meek Mill, Academics would admit that, yo, Meek Mill's dropping some of the best music of his life right now. This is after Meek Mill was independent. But he was going to say, yeah, you know I'm not talking about that. I'm holding my tongue because I don't want to support him whilst we have personal issues, especially things that could escalate into violence and violence having been threatened, which some people for some reason say like, nah, bro, just be unbiased. Just go ahead and support and talk positively about people that have threatened you. Where this mentality comes from, I don't know. But Academics was one of the people that gassed up Lil Baby. Lil Baby's another artist that I never personally, I thought was overhyped. Now, does that mean he wasn't skilled? Does that mean he wasn't great? Does that mean he wasn't a good rapper? Absolutely not. But people were talking about him going on a Lil Wayne run, and I was like, what the hell are you guys talking about? Academics was one of those people. So he was a supporter of Lil Baby's music. Fast forward a little bit, they get into some static. Academics naturally starts talking about Lil Baby kind of falling off because that was the temperature. People were like, yo, the stuff is sounding the same. Kind of like when they were talking about the Piano G type of stuff. So Academics would eventually get into it. Lil Baby got, I guess he got in his feelings about something that Academics said. Some beef spurred, and then Academics went full on, okay, I'm going to destroy this guy's career. And Wham! Was an album that he needed to do well because that was his first album in quite a while. And he had a strong relationship with P from QC, the CEO of QC, Quality Control.
Yam face ass nigga. Let me stop before I get killed. Put in the back alley. I don't want to be in the back alley. I was joking around. I apologize. I'm not gangster.
Which is the record label for Lil Baby. So Academics admitted to getting paid 30 bands to fall back, which is an important distinction. And I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Now it's not now. Fall back is an important distinction.
Yo, Lil Baby, you
He love Ack. I don't know what it is. He love Ack.
paid me $30,000.
Important distinction. And I'm going to play you guys that clip right now.
Yo, Lil Baby, you and your team paid me $30,000 to keep quiet about your motherfucking album. And I sat there and I realized, I said, well, if you pay me $30,000, there ain't no way you sent a to come swing on me. Why would you do that? Don't make no sense. $30,000 you could pay for a hit. Why the fuck would you send a nigga to come swing on me for pennies and to clean your in your drawers and then pay me $30,000 and I got the receipts. I posted just. Why would you pay me? afterwards. Because y'all whole demeanor was an act. You pulling this wave. And I said, I'll fall back. I said, I can't lie to this, but I'll fall back. And y'all paid me to do it. Y'all paid me. And I will show anything because I'll give it back to the companies that gave it to me. But that was some. If you sent a nigga to come swing on me, but you got to pay me to make sure your music actually gets some traction. Just stand on it. When I called you, you should have said, you know what's up. You've been talking shit. Fuck you. But y'all ain't do that. Y'all backed off of that. Y'all said it wasn't y'all. Then y'all paid me money just to, could you give the album a shot? I chilled out. I'm like, all right, bet I'm going to let people say whatever it is. I say, you know what? That can't be baby. Like, I found a couple songs I like. I start supporting it. I start going up with it. And then now I'm finding out in the 10th inning, yo, baby, you paid me. Yo, I'm telling y'all, that's what I'm saying. Y'all going to have to, yo, baby, you going to have to pay me to get off your ass for this next time. Y'all pay me 30 bands already. The price is now 300 bands. Straight up.
This is out of how furious he was and how angry he was at now believing that it was Lil Baby who set up the situation for him to have a slap attempt made at him and, harm done to him at that night on March 17th.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Lil Baby might be a fake gangster. I don't know. I have no clue what they really are. Anybody, Drake, Autumn, I don't know. I don't know if they're gangster or not. But if you're gonna send somebody to go do something for 30 bands, it's not gonna be to slap them. Facts. If I pay somebody $30,000, that's a car. That's a good car. I'm not paying him just to slap him.
March 16th or 17th, 2025. Now, a lot of people started to spin this as him getting paid. A lot of people started to spin this as payola. A bunch of incorrect words being thrown around. Number one, payola is specifically towards radio. So, for someone, and it's illegal. So, to directly pay for radio placement is illegal. That's what they were alleging people were doing during a certain time. Now there's like newer payola, which is, or not now. Now there's like playlists and relationships. But there was also, oh, hey, let's buy a bunch of ads on this radio station. And if we buy a bunch of ads and we're Columbia Records and we're like, hey, can you guys spin this? They're more likely to say, hey, these are one of our biggest ad spenders. They buy a lot of tickets for shows for us. They give us a bunch of stuff. Yeah, scratch your back. Or you scratch our back, we'll scratch yours. That type of a situation. Academics is a blog. Think about like a digital magazine. So this is not news. Ever since maybe 2000, ever since 6ix9ine, he's done consulting for record labels and he has also been paid to post artists on his page, on his Instagram page. That is not giving his opinion. So he'll post and he'll be like, yo, what do you guys think? Is this hard? Is this not? That's similar to taking an ad out on The Source or XXL or any of these magazines that people talk about. Similar thing that No Jumper was doing for a very long time. So that's not his opinion being bought. And also another angle you could take is he had a relationship with P. And what they told him to do was to hold off on giving his opinion until after the first week sales came out, until after people formulated their own opinion, because they understand that academics could, in theory, spark a narrative. And it's really just adding fuel to an already existing narrative, which is the quote-unquote Lil Baby fell off narrative. But people are trying to make it seem that academics' opinion was bought here. If his opinion...
You telling me this guy right here?
Which is the quote-unquote Lil Baby fell off narrative. But people are trying...
This guy right here is the one that y'all are paying bread to not speak negatively. Because at the end of the day, all Lil Baby had to do, in my opinion, was this act. Now, I had no idea how well ventured he is. Maybe he got it like that. Maybe he does. But I'm not going to pay somebody to not say something. Because at the end of the day, everything's going to be opinion based. I've never gotten an opinion from academics in my life. Now, I don't dislike the guy, but I've never faltered or had an opinion based on another person. Like if I listen to Drake, if I listen to Kendrick, if I listen to J. Cole, if I listen to Cardi B, Bruno, like if I listen to all these people, I'm going to have my own opinion. I'm going to look at the response, but I'm not going to sway it based on that. Facts.
to make it seem that Academic's opinion was bought here. If his opinion was bought, now he admits that he got paid by P from QC, 30 bands. So if his opinion was bought, you would say that, okay, well, that means he probably said that the album was great, right? No, that's not really what happened. And Academic's haters aren't going to be fair and go out and show what he actually said. So I'll do it because I don't have anything personal against the guy. I don't dislike the guy. And
He loves Ak. Don't let him change it. No, nope. He loves Ak. Loves.
I'm not friends with the guy. So I'm going to play you guys his opinion on the Lil Baby album.
Y'all ain't even at where Aubrey and even K-Bots are at. Y'all are like much. So I just want to tell all y'all Lil Baby fan pages trying to do something, please, y'all need to get y'all numbers up because it's looking pathetic. Second of all, let's just get down to the meat and potatoes. This Lil Baby album that was dropped was garbage. We got to keep it being. Didn't sound good. Didn't look good. But I do want to give credit to QC. Shout out to my man, of course, P over there. And I'll even give credit to Lil Baby. Hey, when I'm a big artist and I'm starting to fall off, my label's supposed to make me look good. And that's what they did. This Lil Baby's album didn't sound sonically well. He didn't sound like he's back. It sounded like a man without a country, a man trying to make things happen. And I'll go into a qualitative review if you guys want me to. But it wasn't a good album. It was bad, okay? Now, again, I do have unrealistic expectations for him. And I've said this to Pete. I've said this and I'll continue saying this. Because I've compared Lil Baby to Prime Wayne. And that's a very tough comparison to make.
Prime Wayne. Lil Baby to Prime. What? Okay, they paid him to say that one. Lil Wayne? Prime? Crazy.
I've taken back that comparison. Lil Baby, in reality, is never going to be Wayne. Lil Baby's Lil Baby. Okay? Me even thinking that he could go on a run like Wayne was me having some, hoping to see history be made again. The reality of
He chatting for real. Absolutely chatting. Absolutely chatting. Prime Wayne. And even are you talking about the YouTuber? I don't know. This man got a license for that dick riding. I'm sorry. He talking about I don't like him, I don't know him. Man, you know his meat. You kiss it every night. This shit. This shit, I don't even know. Like, look, there's Glaze, and then there's blindly defending people. This shit is blindly defending people. Ak got a mouthful of full of baby stuff for Lil Baby. They paid Ak hush money to talk good, or at least not talk bad about Lil Baby. He doesn't like Lil Baby. I just think that there needs to be a better understanding when it comes to the both of them, that you can't fake a reaction. The whole point of it is to react. If you're just gonna get paid, there's no reason to really do it at all. 30 bands though, for me, it depends. It really does depend. He talking about $10 million, man. If he need 30K that bad, I don't know what to tell him.
the fact is this new album, it lacks so many things. It lacks originality. It lacks a cohesive message that he promised in interviews. It lacks soul. It lacks.
Nobody even listened to Lil Baby like that for real to compare him to Prime Wayne like that. Yo, fuck. Hold up. Let me look. Hold up. This is gonna. Sorry. Let's do this. All right. Let's go. Lil Baby. Lil Baby has 31,520,000. Let's look up Lil Wayne. Yeah. And this 47 million. 31. And I'm not, obviously, Lil Wayne's not in his prime still. But at what point he's currently better than him? Currently. So prime Lil Wayne and Lil Baby are never going to be compared. He's setting Ack is setting such a terrible like line for that. If you wanted to try to compare him to like a J. Cole, maybe, because when it was around the BLM time, okay. I don't think like he said, you can't compare Lil Baby to anybody. He's Lil Baby. But Wayne, prime Wayne at that, yeah. Calm the fuck down, please.
All of the things that we thought he was gonna bring. It's a weak album. It's an album propped up by features. This is DJ Khaled. It's a DJ Khaled album, except you got Khaled rapping this time, and that's Lil Baby. I'm sorry to tell y'all. So I don't know if y'all want me to tell y'all different, but it is what it is. It's not that good of an album. Now I'm gonna be honest with you. I think Lil Baby, if he's gonna be honest with himself, and if he gets mad at this, me and we talked on the phone. He got my number. We could text each other. He texted me not too long. But I'm gonna be honest with music. I'm taking all personal out of it. I'm being honest with music. I think Lil Baby should be in a finding himself period, because there's something that people are looking for you from that they're not getting.
Is this the same nigga who was riding Drake's dick when he dropped Hotline Bling? You serious? Come on, man. Like, this is like Hotline Bling BLM era. I'm sorry. Drake is trying to get into his little poetry shit. He still meat riding Drake. Drake has a lot more numbers than Lil Baby. But he's also been doing it a lot longer than him. Lil Baby took his little hiatus, and I think that he didn't understand whether he wanted to be a freedom fighter or a rapper or a gangster. And he has a lot of good songs. I just don't understand why it's so important to criticize it. Like, they're all good. They all make money. They're all good.
I don't know how to help you find it. This ain't got nothing to do with Gunna. This is something that people are looking within you for, whether it's growth, whether it's evolution, whether it's maturity in terms of what you're rapping about, or whether it's clarity about what you've been through that they're not getting. That's just the reality about it. If you listen to the album, you're going to see Dumb, Dumb, and Dumber, probably one of the better tracks on there, and it's because we get a Thug verse.
So here he is. This was in January. This was maybe like a couple of days after the first week sales came in. So Akademiks said that the album sucked. So how was his opinion bought? Are you going to tell me that QC paid for him to say that the album sucked? Absolutely not. Granted, this was before the incident. This was kind of when they patched up their beef. And also, after this, Akademiks would give some praise to Lil Baby without being paid, because he was paid to hold back his opinion, which he did. And then he talked about this. And after that, in 2025, Lil Baby did a couple of different features. And Akademiks would go out and say like, yo, you guys should have paid me for some consulting, because he was saying like, yo, Lil Baby needs to get back hot again. He needs to hop on some features and kill them. And Lil Baby did just that. He hopped on a couple of features. Do I think like Akademiks inspired?
I'd rather listen to Rio than Lil Baby. Are you talking about that Bird movie? What's Rio?
Him to do that? I don't know. I really don't want to get into that part. That's a lot of speculation. But he would give Lil Baby credit and say, yo, Lil Baby's kind of killing it right now. You know, you guys should have just hit me up. I'll give you the full rollout plan to get him back hot. But what he's doing with these features is good. Like, he's got all those yes men around him, but he's killing the features right now. He's got to keep doing that, get back hot before he hops on, you know, another album or
Rio, the young OG.
Or drops another mixtape.
I said the movie. Oh, literally. I'll look at it after.
Tape or album, because he's set to drop an album this year from what we've heard so far. And this opinion was given after March, so when Akademiks should, in theory, have the most frustration with Lil Baby. But he said he talked to Lil Baby on the phone and there was no issue with it. And he's also clarified that he has never been paid $1 by Drake, because if there's anybody that we are likely to believe, hey, Akademiks.
Yeah, you don't have to be. I'm gonna be very honest with you. There's a reason why strippers and these young women, OnlyFans models, and regular models will have sex with celebrities and they don't have to spend a dime on them. Because the understanding is they're rich, they're successful, they're famous. Just being around them is giving you a certain level of something. Drake doesn't have to pay him directly in order for him to feel as though he's getting something from the situation. Just by him being able to call Drake on the stream, that's a certain level of payment. He's getting clips, he's getting views, he's getting attention. So I don't know about, it doesn't really matter if Drake paid him. Drake probably paid stuff for him, probably sent him stuff, probably, you know, helped him with clips, helped him with industry stuff, helped him get connections. Like it doesn't always have to be, oh, let me just give you a bag full of 50,000.
Are you getting paid by this guy to give a positive opinion on him? It would be Drake, because even the people from Kendrick Lamar's camp asked him in person when he went to the Kendrick show. They were like, yo, how much is Drake paying you? Is he paying you? And Academics has admitted he has never been paid a dime by Drake. He's not going to lie about this because he didn't lie about the QC situation. He's like, yo, you guys paid me. And even before this, because people
He likes Drake, he doesn't like QC.
are going to try to act like this
Or, sorry, baby.
was some sort of news that just came out. Academics has said he's done a lot of business with QC, and they've paid him a lot of money. He's also talked about doing business with Rock Nation, which was paying for Meek Mill's album promotion. So that's nothing new either, and he had beef with Meek Mill at the time. So I think this is personally disingenuous towards Academics for his haters. Like, his haters should come with actual facts where his opinion changed, and I think it's coming off the back of A$AP Rocky calling him out for being a little bit biased, in particular with Drake, which we know is true. But this is the thing with biasness, is that a lot of people just use bias as you have an opposing opinion to mine. And if you do give a biased opinion that they agree with, they're like, man, you're speaking facts. But the truth is, they want people to be, everyone that's going to have an opinion as an individual is going to be a little bit biased. Yeah, if they like an artist and have a history of enjoying that artist's music, they might give him a little bit more leeway. Like me personally, I hold A$AP Rocky to such a high standard. So when he wasn't dropping for a long time, I was grilling him. I wasn't copping pleas for him. But people feel like, yo, when I talk about Testin being a good album, they think I'm, you know, giving favorability towards A$AP Rocky, even though I don't have any personal relationship with A$AP Rocky. And Academics hasn't really been shown much love by Drake for the duration of time that he's been supporting him to an insane degree. It's only recently that he started to get into contact with him. So with Drake, Academics is just giving his opinion. And this is the thing, quote unquote unbiased people, that's like a Speedy Mormon, right? Like, just, they're boring. You don't want to watch somebody that's just plain and bland and doesn't really give an opinion, and you don't really know their take on something. It's not enjoyable. Also, the thing that does make Academics a little bit unique in this position is that I do think artists that treat him well, he tends to give a little bit more favorability to. And that's why you kind of have to be, if you want pure music opinions, pure as in they're not influenced by anything, you kind of have to respect Joe Budden because he doesn't develop relationships with any of them. Like, for example, Cardi and Cantrell Youngboy. Academics has got strong relationships with those guys, and he's more likely to be favorable towards their music. It's unlikely for him to be like, yo, Cardi, this album is trash. I do think he would still say that, but like we said, when he first got put on Whole Lotta Red, Academics wasn't listening to Whole Lotta Red type music. Like, how many times was a Whole Lotta Red track that he wasn't clipped on put as his stream intro, or even like Die Lit type stuff? But after that, maybe he just got into it more, and even me personally, I started to like Die Lit tracks after a couple of years, so his opinion could have changed. But that's all I've got to say about the situation. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see y'all on the next one.
I don't know, man. I think Academics is doing a lot right now. Yassine was promised leadership of Academics defense, Force 300. Okay. I started watching casually and somehow got way too focused. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if he was paid to not dump in the album for a while or paid to say good things about the album. He never said good things about the album, so the problem is that he allowed his opinion to be influenced in any way for money to begin with. That alone compromises your integrity as a journalist. Now, we are supposed to believe that that's where things end. Are we supposed to take Act's word? The only reason he even let that little bit of information slip is because he thought it would make him look better and make Baby look bad. He should have... Oh, Yassine is... Okay. Should have Googled the definition of a bribe before he made this video. Yes, it's compromised too. XM 3K. So you can buy a silence for a time. Is there a difference between being paid to not trash an album versus being paid to say an album is good? Act took money, he can be bought. Yes, I agree. I think when you start to have all these issues, you're going to at all times be considered viable. Somebody who can be bought, someone who isn't able to hold their integrity, because at the end of the day, you can be bought. You can't hold your integrity. You can't hold yourself together, because at the end of the day, you're not somebody who can be trusted enough to hold such integrity in general. But that's all for this video. I hope you guys did like the video. If you guys have seen this on YouTube, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you guys want me to react to next, or try to keep up to date with everything. Go live every day. But yeah, I'm gonna try to react to Dope Fiend Friday. Let's see if you'd rather listen.
Gotta keep on moving no matter how hard it gets. Yeah, better move out the way, cause I'm coming with harder hits. My head is as hard as a brick, but I'm harder than all it is. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out. You better move, you might get knocked out. Knocked out.
Music licensing.